I could tell right away that something was wrong. Like an ominous black cloud materializing within somehow I knew today was going to be a terrible day. I was out of coffee filters, so that really put things off to a rough start. I couldn't think straight without that caffeine. I want coffee, a bitter potion that makes life worth living. I spent what seemed like hours on the couch, staring through a haze with my cereal bowl under my chin. It actually seemed like hours because it was hours, so I was late. My subconscious drives some of my consciousness could take. When I arrived at school, I walked through the door, greeted with whispers and stares. All conversation reached a halt, and a great murmur traveled across the hallway. In a sudden moment of clarity, it was all readily apparent. I had forgotten to dress myself this morning. I had walked out without my sock on. The murmur snowballed into giggles and chuckles, and all-out laughter as my classmates began urinating upon themselves in the hallway. Funny bones tickled into wet spasms of glee. I stood silent for a moment, still confused and cloudy from my lack of caffeine. And then it all occurred to me. I only got me. If my mother could love me as a naked, sticky, screaming weirdo, then so should the world. Although I was naked, I was neither sticky nor screaming. So I did what anyone would do. I pulled out my knife, presumably from where I'd been keeping my car keys. I addressed the crowd.
You want hardcore nudity? I will give you hardcore nudity.
I began to skin myself on the linoleum floor, literally baring my soul. I gave myself to the crowd in a display that was both sexual and spiritual, peeling away layer after layer of flesh as I screamed out, not only in pain, but in exhibitionist pleasure. I was truly going wild in the spring break of my spirit. But as the last bits of my flesh fell to the floor, I realized they had all left me. I was alone in the hallway, and I suddenly felt naked. I went to the school nurse, who bandaged me back together, but I felt even worse than before. My body didn't fit me right anymore. Like when you shrink a t-shirt in the dryer. My soul was being pinched and squeezed uncomfortably, especially in the armpit region. But suddenly, someone began to comfort me.
It's gonna be all right there, pal,
said a tiny little voice.
I'm gonna heal you up real good.
Who are you? I said in a panic. To which he replied,
I'm your scab, and I think we're gonna be real good friends.
I was frightened, but his enthusiasm was contagious. So I found comfort in his scabby embrace. Wrapped himself around me, guarding me with his tough platelet arm. Together we were unstoppable, except that I was covered in a giant brittle scab, so I didn't move. I just sort of waited around. Suddenly my wound started to recede, leaving a path of healed flesh in his wake. Eventually, he was just a small, helpless little scab on my wrist. So I picked it off.
What have you done?
I just thought that I stuttered, but the scab wasn't going to take it.
You just
He
thought?
retorted quickly, cutting off my sentence.
I don't think you thought at all.
I tried to defuse the situation. Come on now, Scabs. Let's not take this personally.
It's Mr. Scabby to you. Only my friends can call me Scab.
Scabs, don't be like this. After all we've been through,
Don't you give me that.
After all we've been through, I should say the same thing to you. You were about to throw me away, weren't you? I couldn't hide my guilty eyes. I began to whimper to him. Scabs, I'm so sorry. I never meant for things to turn out this way.
It's too late.
He replied softly, and he stared me in the eyes before shouting out.
I know you're already done with me.
Slam! The guilt was unbearable. Mr. Scabby was all I could think of. Sometimes my mind would play tricks on me. Seemed like he was there. And all I could do was drink to forget. Until one night I found him waiting in my apartment. Mr. Scabby, what are you doing here?
You forgot about me.
But I sure didn't forget about you.
We're gonna be together a long time, friend.